How do individual differences in personality impact decision making?
We continue to hold secularism word in the preamble.
When we say he has a vision of 6 by 6,
yes, sir,
or someone has a vision of 6 by 12, what does that imply?
What do you understand by emotional intelligence?
What is the difference between a psychologist and a psychiatrist?
May I come in, sir?
Yes, come in.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Please be seated.
Thank you, sir.
Please introduce yourself to the board.
Sir, my name is Deepak Yadav. I was born in Haryana, Mahendragarh. After that, my schooling was in Army Public School, Jaipur, and graduation from Rajasthan University in BA. After 12th class, I pursued for NDA examination and secured All India rank 96. But sir, due to medical reasons, that is retinal degeneration, I was unable to join, sir. After graduation, I tried for CDS, but finding that I am still medically unfit, I started for civil services examination. This is my second interview, and this is my second attempt and first interview. My hobbies are home workout and meditation, sir.
Deepak, tell me, you did your graduation with history and
economics and geography.
Geography.
Yes, sir.
But you have opted for a subject like psychology for the civil services?
Yes, sir.
Why so?
Sir, psychology as a subject always made me curious, and when I found that I can use psychology as optional, I did some research and read NCERT class 11th and find the subject very interesting, and I had the confidence that I can do this exam with optional psychology, so I opted for this subject, sir.
Tell me, Deepak, how do individual differences in personality
Yes, sir.
impact decision making?
Yes, sir. Sir, individual differences are due to both genetic factors as well as our environment. Sir, they impact decision making. For example, sir, if an individual's parents are professors in any university, then the individual is likely to pursue higher studies and may make more focus on studies. Whereas if an individual's parents are from sports background, then he is likely to go for sports as a career, sir.
Okay. Anything else? You wanted to say something more?
Yes, sir. Similarly, sir, in all aspects of our life, individual differences impact our decision making, sir, both in terms of relationships as well as professional life, sir.
Okay. We understand that our human brain has two sides. One is IQ and another is EQ.
Yes, sir.
Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
For an administrator or a civil servant,
Yes, sir.
what is more important? Higher IQ or higher EQ?
Sir, holistically speaking, both are very important, but depending upon the situation, one can be more important than the other, sir. For example, in policy making, taking policy decisions, implementation of policy, giving feedback regarding policy, in such areas, sir, IQ is more important, whereas interacting with weaker sections in controlling volatile situations like riots, sir, EQ may play more important role, sir.
Okay, Deepak, again, mental disorder is becoming an issue.
Yes, sir. Right.
In our country.
Yes, sir.
How effective therapeutic approaches are in treating the medical disorder?
Yes, sir. Sir, various schools of psychology have their own therapies, but the psychologists make individual assessments, sir, based on various inventories and assessment tools, and depending upon the factors of mental disorder, the therapist use various ideas of different therapies. This is known as eclectic approach. So, sir, this eclectic approach is very effective in treating various mental disorders, sir.
Okay, recently the Supreme Court in its judgment
Yes, sir.
upheld the legal validity of linking Aadhaar with PAN card, but at the same time provided some relief also. Now give me two examples where Aadhaar card is not, linking of Aadhaar card is not required, and two examples where it is mandatory.
Sir, I have to read about the topic, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yes,
Deepak,
yes, sir.
as a student of economics which you studied at graduation level,
Yes, sir.
how do you define elasticity of demand
Yes, sir.
and its importance in explaining religious tourism.
Sir, may I make a guess in elasticity of demand, sir? Sir, elasticity of demand refers to the change in demand, percentage change in demand due to percentage change in income, sir.
Yeah, that is called income elasticity, but there could be elasticity with respect to price variation as well.
Price variation, season variation as well, sir.
So now apply it to explain religious tourism.
Yes, sir. Sir, for example, if the infrastructure associated with places of religious tourism is improved, like sir Kashi Vishwanath corridor, it is likely that the demand for religious tourism will increase, sir.
Now, I'm also expecting that as a student of psychology, you'll apply some psychological instrument also. What happens to bargaining attitude of a consumer
Yes, sir.
if the consumer becomes emotional on certain issue rather than remaining rational?
Yes, sir.
That is, contrast the two different bargaining attitude of a rational consumer and emotional consumer.
Sir, starting with rational consumer bases his decisions on factors like the utility of good, his purchasing power, the characteristics or the quality of goods, sir. Whereas the emotional consumer may make impulsive behavior, sir. For example, if there is a sale claiming that there is 50% off, then the emotional consumer will instantly place the order rather than verifying the actual price of the goods, sir.
So demand for religious tourism services is emotional demand or rational demand?
Sir, it depends on individual consumer, sir.
Largely.
Sir, both plays a role, sir, but at times like recently the Ram Mandir was inaugurated. So in this period, sir, emotional demand may play a greater role. That is, devotees may feel that they should be the first one to get the...
And which consumer is able to optimize his purchases? A consumer who is rational in his bargaining or a consumer who is emotional in his bargaining?
Sir, the rational consumer, because he effectively uses his economic resources, sir.
And so emotionally charged consumer incurs losses by paying more price for the same product.
He may pay more price or may purchase unnecessary goods, sir. Like if there is a sale on clothing, then even if the individual have the clothes, he may purchase some clothes, sir. That will reduce.
We are driving the economy nowadays by promoting religious tourism. Do you think this is a long-term sustainable model of development?
Sir, it is a long-term sustainable model, sir, as we are religious society since ancient times, and it is expected that our religious values will continue to grow, sir. At the same time, sir, the factor that we are promoting religious tourism for all major religions, sir, for Hinduism like Kashi Vishwanath corridor, the Ram temple, for Buddhism, the Buddhist circuit, for Sikh, the Kartarpur Sahib corridor, sir. For Muslims, we promote Hajj and tourism in Ajmer Sharif Dargah, sir. So because we are taking all religions together, sir, I think this model is sustainable in long term, sir.
Will it be helpful in promoting scientific temperament and research and development in the country?
Sir, directly religious tourism is not related to scientific temper and research and development, but if we combine critical thinking on religious aspects, on religious teachings, along with teaching rationality, acceptance, tolerance, mutual respect, such values, then I think, sir, it can positively impact, but sir, direct impact is may not be very effective, sir.
So should we, that is my last question, should we continue to hold secularism word in the preamble or should we?
Definitely, sir.
What? Definitely.
Sir, we should continue with the word secularism in our constitution, sir, because constitution, the basic feature of constitution is secularism, sir, as stated by Supreme Court in various judgments like Kesavananda Bharati case, the S.R. Bomai case. Therefore, sir, it is a positive thing, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Mr. Deepak.
Yes, sir.
So you had some, eye-related medical complications
Right, sir.
that did not let you join National Defence Academy,
Yes, sir.
right? You have also opted for Indian Police Services as your service 2 preference, right?
Yes, sir.
So can you please tell me, are you now physically and health-wise fit enough to join the services in case you are inducted?
Sir, the LASIK operation for retina is known as green LASIK, sir. It is a recent technology and there is not a direct mention about its permittability in police services, sir. But as considering that the medical standards in police services are relaxed in comparison to army, sir. Like in our army, in NDA we can join if we have I number of minus 2.5, but in police services, sir, the number is allowed up to 9 or 6, sir. Therefore, I think indirectly, sir.
Okay, in that context, I am asking, when we say he has a vision of 6 by 6,
Yes, sir.
or someone has a vision of 6 by 12, what does that imply? What does that mean? 6 by 6, 6 by 12.
Sir, I have to revise it, sir.
Okay, if my pair of spectacles has a plus power, what does that mean? What kind of eye related disease I am suffering from?
Sir,
Myopia or hypermetropia?
hypermetropia, sir, for positive number, and for negative number it is myopia, sir.
So how this power is calculated? What is the mathematical formula for calculation of power?
Sir, may I recall it?
Yes, go for a guess.
Yes, sir. Sir, it is minus V upon U, sir.
Minus?
Minus V upon U,
It's
sir.
1 by F, 1 by focal length. Okay,
sir.
tell me, one bill has been introduced in Lok Sabha. The bill has been passed and now it has been sent for discussion in Rajya Sabha. Meanwhile, the Lok Sabha has been dissolved. What will be the fate of the bill?
Sir, the bill will lapse, sir.
The bill will?
Lapse, sir.
Acha, take another condition. The bill has been introduced in Rajya Sabha. It has been
sir.
passed by the Rajya Sabha, sent to Lok Sabha
Okay, sir.
before the discussion could take place. But yes, the bill is lying in the Lok Sabha. The Lok Sabha has been dissolved. What will be the fate?
Sir, the bill will lapse, sir.
Okay. Now, tell me my next question to you. The recently, in 2018, why recent? Because it's a big development. This Ayushman Bharat campaign was launched. It's a big flagship project of government of India. It has basically two components. One is wellness centers and another is PMJAY, Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. Can you please briefly tell me how the beneficiaries of PMJAY are identified? What is the criteria?
Sir, I am not aware of specific criteria, sir.
Okay, no issues. You must be aware, recently the farmers were again, at congregating at Delhi to protest for,
Yes, sir.
getting the legal assurance for MSP, right?
Right, sir.
When CSEP, the Commission on Agriculture Cost and Price, when it recommends, MSP, it takes many factors into component. In that context, three terms are often discussed.
Okay,
One is A2, another one is A2 plus FL, and the third one is C2.
Yes, sir.
Can you please tell me what is the difference between A2 and C2?
Sir, A2 is the direct all cost incurred by the farmer in cash or kind, sir. For example, the cost on inputs like seeds, fertilizers, sir. Sir, C2 has A2 plus FL, that is family labor, and sir, the cost that farmer incomes on self-consumed capital, sir, like the
Land.
opportunity cost on land, or sir, capital machinery like tractor, etc., sir.
Okay, my last question to you. Every year, the government of India declares for certain crops MSP, minimum support price.
Yes, sir.
Simultaneously, for sugarcane, FRP is declared, fair and remunerative prices.
sir.
Is there any technical difference, or the nomenclature is the only difference?
Sir, the difference is in MSP, the government procures the output of farmer, but in FRP, the private players, that is sugar industries, procure the output of farmers, sir.
Thank you.
Deepak, what do you understand by emotional intelligence?
Ma'am, emotional intelligence is the capacity of individual to assess his own emotions, assess the emotions or understand the emotions of other, and use this knowledge to regulate his own emotions, his ideas, and his behavior, ma'am.
How it is different from intelligence?
Ma'am, intelligence is basically limited to the academic sphere. It is also known as analytical intelligence, ma'am. Intelligence is basically, ma'am, more rational. It does not involve the individual factors, the subjective experience of individual, and the feeling side of human personality, ma'am.
So which is more relevant? Emotional intelligence or intelligence?
Ma'am, earlier, that is before 1950s, IQ was the at center of focus, but as we progressed, we realized that mental health is also
To
important.
become a civil servant,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
need to be intelligent or emotionally intelligent?
Ma'am, we should have both the traits in our personality, ma'am.
How?
Ma'am, as I earlier mentioned, intelligence helps us that is IQ, helps us to take objective decisions, rational decisions, to understand the policy and effective implementation.
Rational decisions are also taken by an emotionally intelligent people also.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, emotional intelligence in rational decisions has more subjectivity element, ma'am. But the rational decision, if these are based on IQ, then it has more objective.
What is the role of
consideration.
stress here?
Ma'am, IQ helps us more in managing EQ, ma'am. Emotional intelligence helps us more in stress management, ma'am.
Is stress negative all the time?
No, ma'am. Ma'am, the concept of stress was first given by Hans Selye. He gave two types of stress, ma'am. The first is U stress. It is a positive stress, ma'am. Like if exams are approaching and the stress motivates the student to study more, then it is U stress, ma'am. It creates positive impact
And
on
what
our
is
life.
distress?
Distress is, ma'am, negative impact. If like exams are approaching and the student has distress, then he may avoid studies, ma'am.
What do you understand by masculinity?
Ma'am, it is a term that is used to describe male characteristics, ma'am, like high physical strength, high testosterone, physical characters like, ma'am, body build, beard, etc. And, ma'am, emotional aspects like, ma'am, less sensitivity to emotions, not crying.
What is
etc.
femininity?
Ma'am, similarly, femininity describes the standard female characteristics, ma'am.
Which is good for the society?
Ma'am, both are good, but researchers believe that androgyny, which is a personality or a gender personality which has characteristics of both masculinity and femininity, is better, ma'am.
A child of 12 years old,
Yes, ma'am.
died out of trivial violence in the school, as he was bumped into a senior fellow of his school.
Yes, ma'am.
For that, the 12-year-old child was beaten, and he was so much hurt that some injury led to his death.
Okay, ma'am.
What kind of psychological theories you would apply to control such kind of behavior in the school?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, the first is individual personality, as some individuals, especially in adolescent age, have oppositional personality disorder. They, ma'am, basically oppose every norm of society, ma'am. So such students may oppose the norms.
Now, tell me theory that we should apply this theory, maybe it will work out.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, we can use Ocean theory, that is Big Five theory of personality. It has 5 traits, ma'am. The first is openness. Openness, ma'am, is the willingness of individual to accept the arguments of other.
Okay. My last question to you. Recently, Women Reservation Bill was passed.
Right, ma'am.
You would consider it as a women-led development or a women development?
Ma'am, I may consider it as a women development, ma'am.
Not women-led development.
Ma'am, because most of the members were males, ma'am. But
So how does it matter?
ma'am, because women were not leading in this movement, ma'am, specifically in the parliament, but the male members were leading this bill, ma'am.
Okay.
Deepak,
Yes,
what
sir.
is the difference between a psychologist and a psychiatrist?
Sir, psychologist has a degree in psychology, whereas psychiatrist has a degree in medical science, sir. Second difference is, sir, psychologist can only do counseling, but cannot recommend drug treatment or give electroconvulsive therapy, sir, that is shock treatment.
Okay.
But psychiatrist can do these both, sir.
Okay. Why do people commit suicides?
Sir, every suicide is a misfortune and shows loopholes on parts of society, sir. Suicide is, sir, very extreme decision, and there is no one factor that compels an individual to commit it. Different factors, sir, can be social stigma, like taking hypothetical case, if someone has third gender from minority gender, and if his identity is disclosed in school, and if he is bullied for his sexual identity, then due to social stigma the individual may take extreme step. Another is, sir, family pressure or societal pressure. That
Okay,
is,
you are a student of psychology. Can you tell us some of the indicators which one should look after,
right, sir.
maybe for the family members or the friends around, which indicates towards mental distress, and this person may commit suicide in future?
Yes, sir. Sir, the primary factor that one should look for is social withdrawal, sir. That is, individual stops interacting with loved ones. Second is, sir, changes in behavioral patterns like not sleeping at night, increased drug consumption, that is alcohol or other drugs. Another is, sir, impulsive behavior like aggression, or sir, another is emotional breakdown like, sir, crying on small things. And another is, sir, loss of appetite, that is not taking interest in
Okay, great.
certain activities, sir.
Deepak,
Yes,
can
sir.
you tell us what do you understand by ecological value of mountains?
Ecological of value of mountains, yes, sir. Sir, the first is their value in creating rainfall, sir. That is on windward side. They give main higher rainfall. That is known
Geographical
as-
importance. Okay, one apart from it.
Yes, sir. Sir, the second is security importance, sir. For example, Himalayas protect us from invasion from other countries in
Okay,
ancient
fine.
time and in presently also, sir.
Talking about the development in the mountainous regions,
Yes, sir.
it is a widely accepted fact that the pace at which we are going ahead with the development agenda,
Yes, sir.
it is causing heavy loss to the ecological system of the mountains.
Right, sir.
So, if you are given this opportunity to reconsider the Char Dham Pariyojana that is going in the state of Uttarakhand, how will you decide?
Yes, sir. Sir, the first is revisiting the economic impact assessment of the project, sir. And depending on this, we can figure out various concerns and address those concerns. That is, sir. Second is, sir, trying to balance between economy and ecology, sir. That is, we should maximize the development while also focusing on minimizing their negative impact on environment, sir. This can be done, sir, by doing afforestation.
Okay, my final question to you.
Yes, sir.
What impact can you see if more number of women join the armed forces?
Right, sir. Sir, the first is change in mindset in not just armed forces but in society also, and that is we perceive female gender as a weaker gender, but if more women join, then we will the perception will change that women are also stronger gender. Second is, sir, more role models for girls in our society to become courageous and join not just armed forces but following their dreams
Okay.
in general, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Deepak, tell me, talking about the Khap panchayats,
Yes, sir.
despite legislative, executive, judicial interventions
Yes, sir.
holding these Khap panchayats as extra constitutional,
Yes, sir.
why this institution has not been able to be dismantled?
Sir, the primary reason is, sir, the social backing that the Khap panchayat enjoys, sir. Khap panchayats are prevalent in villages, and generally, sir, one village has one major caste, sir, and Khap panchayats represent those castes. So people of those castes, to protect their own interest, give support to Khap panchayats. The second is, sir, due to this social support, the politicians also do not act against Khap panchayats, especially, sir, the wrongs committed by Khap panchayat. And sir, the third reason is a result of second, that is due to the social support and the political support, the administration is also not very enthusiastic to counter the negatives of Khap panchayat, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Deepak. Your interview is over. You may go now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. May I come in, sir?
Come. Sit down, Deepak.
Thank you, sir.
Deepak, your interview is on 20th.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Which attempt is this?
Sir, this is second attempt and first interview, sir.
Okay. How was your experience with us today?
Sir, overall the experience was fine, but I need to improve on knowledge part, sir. That is, sir asked me about various questions related to eyesight issue and the scheme Ayushman Bharat, sir. So I have to read both, sir.
You see, what questions will be asked, nobody can guarantee you,
Right, sir.
isn't it? Ayushman Bharat, there may not be a single question on Ayushman Bharat.
Yes,
That's
sir.
not important.
Yes, sir.
So, and there is no end to your acquiring knowledge.
Right, sir.
Only thing is, issue on this your eye issue, question was asked because you got disqualified
Right, sir.
because of this only,
Right,
and you
sir.
have opted for IPS
Yes, sir.
also, which also requires high level of eyesight and all that. So, question was very simple. Why do you think that you could not be considered in the armed forces and you will be considered now in the police force? That was a simple this thing. So, prepare a technical note on various aspects of eye,
Yes, sir.
so that somebody who is really very keen on understanding your problem, why you could not, even after qualifying you, why you could not be selected and still you have opted for the police service.
Yes, sir.
So, you are able to give a very cogent and convincing explanation for that.
Right, sir.
Isn't it? That's the only thing. Otherwise, you are an excellent candidate, I must tell you, with the sterling qualities of head and heart.
Yes, sir.
Very down to earth person. You kept your head on your shoulder, very balanced answers. Limited time, whatever questions we could ask you, in a limited area.
Yes,
So that is reflected of your mind, that reflected of your personality.
Yes, sir.
So you must maintain this personality when you go for the interview.
Right, sir.
Make sure that you don't make any compromise with your personal integrity.
Right, sir.
That is very important.
Right, sir.
You did not make any compromise today, meaning thereby you should not be speaking anything based on conjectures or guesswork.
Yes,
This is a
sir.
big no, isn't
Yes,
it?
sir.
If you don't know, accept the fact that I don't know,
Yes, sir.
and be candid in accepting that I don't know.
Sir, did I made
No,
excessive
you did
guesses?
not. You did not.
Okay, sir.
Just as a word of advice. to
Right,
you.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And there was an honesty of purpose also in your answers.
Yes, sir.
So maintain this kind of honesty, answering questions. Questions could be from any area. It's very difficult. You are a boy from Haryana. Haryana has a lot many issues and all
Right,
that.
sir.
Khap Panchayat is one such issue. There are numerous issues.
Right, sir.
About the sports and all, you play rugby also. We
Right,
did not
sir.
ask you any questions on rugby.
Right, sir.
Prepare a thorough note on rugby.
Right, sir.
Somebody who is knowing rugby and who is interested in rugby will ask you questions on rugby.
Right, sir.
Then, why girls of Haryana excel in sports?
Right,
What
sir.
are the reasons and all that?
Right, sir.
And then recently the wrestling federation issue and all that.
Right, sir.
What was the issue, or what is your personal opinion?
Yes, sir.
Returning coveted awards like Padma Shri, Padma Vibhushan, do you think it is a right step or not? That kind of a thing.
Yes, sir.
So that is another important thing. Then your sex ratio skewed sex ratio in Haryana and all
Yes,
that.
sir.
So those general questions on Haryana may be asked.
Yes, sir.
Then you are a student of psychology. We tried to cover a lot of areas, and your information appears to be perfect.
Thank
So
you, sir.
psychology questions, I don't think you will be having any problems answering those questions. Then current affairs, you brush up your current affairs, whatever is happening in the country in
Yes,
the
sir.
past 1-2 years
Yes, sir.
at the national level or international level.
Yes, sir.
Just keep a track on that. Some
Right, sir.
questions will definitely be asked related to that.
Right, sir.
But whatever questions are asked,
Yes, sir.
be honest in your answers. That is what is important. Be honest, be very crisp, very focused, to the point, specific to the central theme, and your communication skill is very good. So there is no problem with regard to your communication skill.
Okay, sir.
And stick to your point if you think it is honestly spoken point, not based on conjectures or surmises.
Yes,
Then
sir.
even some pressure is exerted on you.
Yes, sir.
With all humility, you should stick to your point, saying, sir, this is what I personally feel. Okay,
Yes, sir.
that's it. Otherwise, no problem. You will be getting very good marks in the personality test, no doubt about it. It all
you, sir.
depends on how you have done in your mains examination. If mains you have done really well, you should be in the list of successful candidates in this attempt itself.
Thank you, sir.
If you have, regarding your dress and all,
Yes, sir.
you are going to wear this only.
Sir, I am thinking, but somebody suggested me that this is a little informal because more shiny and curved collars,
I
sir.
also concur. I also agree with that somebody that you should think of changing this,
Okay, sir.
because it has to be a sober dress
Right, sir.
with a sober tie,
Okay,
gelling
sir.
with your dress,
Yes, sir.
and then shirt, go with a nice shirt,
Yes, sir.
and your clean shaven and all.
Right, sir.
Okay, and you'll do well, and
Thank you,
have
sir.
belief in yourself,
Thank you, sir.
and no conjectures, no guesses.
Right, sir.
Okay, all the best to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.